Alright, so in part 2 we're going to run through a drill to give you practice on choosing between pedir and preguntar. Remember that pedir is for requests and preguntar is asking about or for information. So those are the two choices that you have. Here's the first one. I asked what happened last night. Would you use pedir or preguntar? So for me, this is preguntar because we're asking for information. We want to know what happened last night. She asked the man nicely if he could move his car. This is preguntar because she's looking for information. She doesn't know if he will do it, if he's willing to do it. So this is asking for information. What about this one? She asked the man nicely to move his car. This now is pedir because she's no longer asking for any information. It's a direct request to move his car. I asked for extra fries with my hamburger. This is going to be pedir because again, we're not asking for any information. We are making this request for extra fries. What about this one? She asked about you. This would be preguntar, and we're adding on por whenever we ask about someone or about something. Ask them if they home deliver. This would be preguntar because you're not requesting something here. You're asking to know this piece of information if they offer the service of home delivery. We spent all day asking if anyone knew where Playa Secreto was. This is going to be preguntar because we're asking for information. We want to know where it is. I think we should ask for help. This is pedir because what we're saying is that I think we should request some help. Again, we're not asking for information here. My neighbor never stops asking me for favors. This is pedir because again, it's like a request here. It's again, not information. I would like to ask about the evening art classes you have here. This one will be preguntar por because the key word is here about. I would like to ask about the evening art classes. You have to ask her for forgiveness. This is pedir because it's a request. The workers asked for tomorrow off to celebrate. This again would be pedir because they are making a request to have tomorrow off. Again, nothing to do with information. What about this one? France asked for more time to decide if they'll enter the agreement on climate change. This one is going to be pedir because again, they are requesting, making a request for more time in order to decide. Try this one. Let me ask them where it is. This is going to be preguntar because I'm going to ask them for some kind of information. I'm not requesting that they do anything for me, but I'm going to ask them for this information where it is. Let's go a little bit more delicate now. Imagine that we're, say, in a train station. We have two phrases here. This one, go ask them at the counter. Say we wanted to know what time the train was leaving, and you said to your friend, go ask them at the counter. Would you use pedir or preguntar? This one is going to be preguntar because we're going to ask them for some kind of information. If on the other hand it was go ask for it at the counter, say we wanted a timetable for when the trains leave, which would you use here? So this one now would be pedir because what we would be doing is making a request for a timetable. So you can see just how delicate the distinction can be between go ask them at the counter, which implies that we're going to ask them for some kind of information, versus go ask for it at the counter, which implies that we're going to request that they give us something there. What about this one? Don't ask stupid questions versus don't ask for stupid things. Which one is pedir and which one is preguntar? So the answer is preguntar here. Don't ask stupid questions. Here we're not requesting anything. We're asking about information, but our questions are, according to this person anyway, stupid. Whereas in this one, don't ask for stupid things. Here we are requesting, or it's implying that we are requesting stupid things. So here we have pedir. Again, you can see just how delicate the differences can be. What about this one? My wife asked for her steak well done. This is medium rare. Would you use preguntar or pedir here? This is going to be pedir because my wife requested for her steak to be well done. Again, has nothing to do with asking for any kind of information. So immediately we're into the realm of pedir. People always ask me why I did it. People always ask me why I did it. Pedir or preguntar. This is going to be preguntar because they're asking why, like they're asking for to know the information, this information of why I did it. Again, they're not requesting that I do anything for them. What about this one? People always ask me to show them how I did it. The answer for this one is pedir, because this now is a request. They're asking me to do this for them, requesting that I show them how I did it. So now this is a request and it's no longer information. Most of you have probably noticed at this stage that Spanish makes quite a habit of asking us to make choices. For example, ser or estar, por or para, saber or conocer. And now we have this one of pedir or preguntar, and yes, there are more. I think on the whole, this question of pedir versus preguntar isn't as tricky as some of the others. And hopefully this module has given you a much better handle on it than you had before. As always, if you're still a bit foggy on this question, just repeat the module 1 or 2 more times and give yourself a day's break in between, and you should find that it starts to become clearer and clearer. Remember that through your everyday life, you can also ask yourself whether you would use pedir or preguntar every time you use the word ask in English, and that's also excellent practice.